Welcome back to another episode of Urban Crime Stories. In this episode, we will uncover the details surrounding the tragic story of the Delphi murders. Join us as we seek to understand the lives affected and the efforts to seek justice. The Delphi murders refer to a tragic double homicide that occurred in Delphi, Indiana. The victims were Abby Williams, a 13-year-old girl, and Libby German, a 14-year-old girl. On a hiking trail in February 2017, their lives were brutally cut short. Despite evidence linking the suspect, Richard Allen, to the crime scene, the case remains unresolved. The pursuit of justice continues, echoing through the quiet forests of Delphi, where memories of Abby and Libby lingered. Let's take a deeper dive. On that calm day in Delphi, Indiana, Abby Williams and Libby German, close pals, decided to enjoy nature's beauty by hiking on the Monon High Bridge Trails. The sun painted the sky with hues of orange and pink as they set off. Everything seemed peaceful, just like any other day. But sadly, their adventure turned into a terrifying ordeal. Hours passed and Abby and Libby didn't return home. Concern grew into panic among their families and neighbors. As evening approached and the girls were still missing, the community rallied together to search for them. Police were alerted, and a massive hunt ensued. Volunteers combed through the trails and surrounding areas hoping to find any trace of the missing friends. Their families held on to hope, praying for their safe return. But as the hours ticked by, anxiety gripped the town tighter. Sadly, the search didn't yield the outcome everyone prayed for. The following day, a grim discovery was made. Abby and Libby were found lifeless near the trails they had set out on innocently. The news shook Delphi to its core. How could something so sinister happen in their peaceful town? Questions swirled, but answers remained elusive. The once vibrant community now mourned the loss of two young souls. Shock and grief permeated every corner of Delphi. Despite the pain, the search for justice began. Authorities vowed to find the person responsible for Abby and Libby's senseless deaths. The investigation intensified, with police seeking clues and witnesses to piece together the events leading to that fateful day. Delphi stood united, determined to seek justice for the two innocent souls whose lives were tragically cut short. And though the road ahead was fraught with challenges, the community remained steadfast in their pursuit of closure and accountability. In the aftermath of Abby and Libby's disappearance, Detective Rachel Morgan spearheaded the investigation with unwavering determination. Amidst the dense forests surrounding Delphi, crucial evidence began to surface, pointing towards a suspect, Richard Allen. As the investigation progressed, Rachel and her team meticulously pieced together the puzzle, connecting Allen to the crime scene. Richard Allen, a 50-year-old from Delphi, is accused of murdering Abby Williams and Libby German. During police questioning, Allen admitted being near the Monon High Bridge where the girls were found dead. A video from one of the victims' phones captured the girls mentioning a gun when a man approached them. Additionally, a bullet matching a gun owned by Allen was found near the victims' bodies. Furthermore, an unspent .40 caliber round found near the victims' bodies was linked to a gun owned by Allen, a Sig Sauer model P226. The interrogation room became a battleground of emotions as Rachel confronted Allen with the mounting evidence against him. With steely resolve, she pressed him for answers, refusing to back down until justice was served. Despite Allen's initial denials and attempts to evade responsibility, Rachel remained steadfast in her pursuit of truth and closure for the grieving families. In a pivotal moment, Allen's facade began to crumble under the weight of Rachel's relentless questioning. The gravity of Abby and Libby's tragic deaths loomed large, casting a shadow over the interrogation room. As Rachel delved deeper, Allen's demeanor shifted, revealing cracks in his armor of deception. In a significant turn of events, Richard Allen was apprehended and faced 2 charges of murder linked to Abby and Libby's deaths. However, the legal proceedings were just beginning. Allen opted to plead not guilty, prolonging the legal battle and leaving the case hanging in the balance as far as the law was concerned. The arrest of Allen brought a mix of relief and apprehension to the Delphi community. While there was a sense of progress in holding a suspect accountable, the uncertainty of the legal process loomed large. The families of Abby and Libby faced the daunting prospect of a trial, where they would have to relive the pain and trauma of losing their loved ones. In the ongoing Delphi murder case, Recent court proceedings have unveiled important details about the tragic events that occurred in February 2017. The judge in charge made a big decision by rejecting a request to remove lawyers from the case without a hearing. This decision was influenced by a previous ruling from the Indiana Supreme Court. Richard Allen's defense team wanted the lawyers to be removed, but the court said no. The Indiana Supreme Court stressed that removing lawyers Bradley Rozzi and Andrew Baldwin from Allen's defense should be a last resort. They highlighted how complicated the Delphi case was and warned against rushing to change lawyers. The Delphi murder case deeply affected the tight-knit community of Delphi, Indiana. The shocking and tragic murders of Abby and Libby sent shockwaves throughout the town. People were filled with fear and disbelief, unable to comprehend how such violence could happen in their peaceful community. Parents became more watchful over their children, urging caution during outdoor activities, and trust in strangers dwindled as people became wary of unfamiliar faces. Despite the darkness that descended upon Delphi, the tragedy sparked a sense of unity and support among its residents. Neighbors came together to offer emotional and practical support to one another, and various events such as candlelight vigils, fundraisers, and memorial gatherings were organized to honor the memory of the victims and provide solace to their grieving families. The national spotlight suddenly shone on Delphi, transforming the once quiet town into a focal point for journalists, filmmakers, and true crime enthusiasts eager to understand the events that transpired. However, the dissemination of leaked texts and misinformation added complexity to the investigation, challenging the efforts of law enforcement and amateur investigators alike. Despite the challenges, the community remained steadfast in its quest for justice. Rallying behind law enforcement, they hoped for answers and closure. The resilience of the victims' families served as an inspiration, urging others to keep pushing for the truth. Yet amidst the pursuit of justice, many questions remained unanswered. The community grappled with the haunting queries of why this tragedy happened, and what could drive someone to harm two innocent girls. Despite the suspect's arrest, closure seemed elusive, leaving a lingering sense of uncertainty and sorrow. It had later emerged that Richard Allen confessed to the 2017 murders of Abby and Libby multiple times while behind bars. During an Indiana court hearing, both the accused killer's defense and prosecutors revealed that Allen had made incriminating admissions about the murders in the 7 months since he was arrested and jailed awaiting trial. Carroll County prosecutor Nick McClellan said that Allen confessed 5 or 6 times to killing Abby and Libby to multiple people. Allen's defense attorneys acknowledged that he had made incriminating statements implicating himself in the crime, but his statements were vague and couldn't be trusted due to Allen's mental state. On October 31, 2023, Carroll County Special Judge Fran Gull pushed Allen's January 2024 trial to October 2024 due to discrepancies in the court proceedings. In the aftermath of the tragedy, Delphi continues to heal, seeking closure while honoring the memory of Abby and Libby. Though their lives were tragically cut short, their impact and the legacy they left behind will forever be etched in the hearts of those who loved them. What are your thoughts about this tragic case? Do you believe that the Delphi murder case is being handled fairly after 7 years? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be notified for future cases. We will greatly appreciate your support. Until next time, I will see you with another episode of Urban Crime Stories.